Welcome back to our channel, and we have been rolling hot all week. We've brought you KOLs, we brought you founders, CEOs, and we will keep doing so. Right now, I have Resonance sitting right beside me. We're gonna jump in, but we are live from Paris Blockchain Week 2025, and we will keep bringing you all of the information. So stay tuned, watch this video, and after you watch it, make sure to share and like it. So, Resonance. Charles, introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Charles Dray, the CEO of Resonance Security, here with Emmanuel. Really happy to be here. Really enjoying the conference, and everybody, the vibe is amazing here. Everybody's really smart and really knowledgeable. It's been really fun.
Very good. So, as you approach a conference like this, security is a hot topic. The minute you have that in your name and you're in this space, you can expect people to ask you, hey, what's going wrong? Because of all the issues. How do you respond to that?
My first response to that is that everyone doesn't prioritize security enough, even though they talk about it, because it's an additional effort. It's additional work. So that's the initial response, and then I explain it to them that it doesn't have to be that hard. Okay. It could be easy. Okay. There are companies out there like us whose goal is to simplify cybersecurity so that it's a no-brainer and everyone can be ready.
So in other words, if you're having issues with cybersecurity, it is your fault for not working with Resonance. Is that what you're saying? That's what I heard.
I think I wouldn't put it as their fault. I would say that it is a new topic that is an unknown to most. Yeah. I would just say do some more research to understand why it doesn't have to be hard.
Okay. How is cybersecurity shaping the future of us in this crypto space?
Well, that's an interesting question, because we did some research around the evolution of technology and how hackers attacking those systems actually creates more innovation in cybersecurity, which drives the growth and evolution of products to be more safe in response to the destructive forces attacking those systems or even people. Okay. So we have to harden ourselves as individuals to be ready for these very sophisticated attacks, social engineering attacks, and we have to harden our systems to be ready for these attacks. And it includes applying offensive security measures as well as defensive security measures in a consolidated, easy-to-use package that could cover individuals and businesses, but maintaining that institutional grade feel and quality. Wow. And that's what we aim for.
That's very good. Now, walk me through the process. I have a project. I'm a startup. I need security. I want to be protected. What do? I approach you. What happens? What are the steps that you take to provide me with the security?
Yeah, it depends on where you're coming from. If you're a consumer, the steps are essentially just email us and we could get you set up immediately with some security measures. If you're a business, it's the same steps, but we usually have a call with a business to further understand their full stack needs and what they've done already. We typically sign an NDA before we work with a business because we're talking about a sensitive topic. For individuals, we cover a lot of VIP audiences, like professional athletes, high net worth individuals, founders, and the purpose there is essentially blending education, defensive security, continuous testing on the individual, which we call offensive security. It's like testing the individual constantly for phishing. Are they going to fall for things? And they give us the rights to do that. It's contractually agreed upon. They also get an application that has a watch app, a phone app, all kinds of features that makes it very easy for them to know something's happening, but not have to care because we're taking care of it on their behalf. That's how we look at it for businesses as well, actually, where we're taking the time off of your plate so you could focus on growth and essentially outsource your entire security to the pros who know how to do it so that you could sleep better at night and have your time back.
That is amazing. That's amazing. Now, whenever I sit down with founders and people who are actually deep into the space like this, I always ask them, what challenges are you facing?
as it relates to the cybersecurity space.
Not only that, growing in the space itself.
Growing in the space itself, fortunately, having a great network has helped us a great deal in terms of having the support that we need, and doing great work makes a situation where customers are becoming our best salespersons.
Okay.
So all our leads come inbound, and we just help those projects. So the challenge is convincing the organizations to sell the product to their native audiences, whether that's business or consumers. I think that more people need to be talking about cybersecurity, and that's always been the challenge.
Yes.
And if we could get that resonating action when it comes to cybersecurity, it could really make a difference.
Wonderful. Is that your tagline, the resonating action?
It's not, no.
You should use that. So, from my perspective, as you've known, the government of the United States has changed. It is leading into more adoption of crypto. How are you preparing for the mass influx of new projects coming up?
We maintain the same kind of recipe as we have proven successful with small startups and the layer 1 blockchains that we work with.
Okay.
And as the project come in, it's become easy because we know which direction we need to take it. Because typically for the Web3 projects, they always start out with the smart contract audits.
Yes.
And they leave their websites exposed to attacks because they're focused so much on the smart contract audit so that they could get listed on exchanges, or so that they could show their investors they've had an audit. We're ready for the Web3 projects to come in immediately for an immediate start date. We've scaled our organization so that the software is an easy in. Another challenge that these projects face is usually there's a long wait list for companies like us to do the audits for Solidity and Rust, which are the languages that blockchain companies use. But we don't do other languages other than Solidity and Rust, but some auditors also do like Haskell and Michelson and other languages. But there's a wait list typically. So we've eliminated that wait list and made it possible for organizations to start implementing security immediately.
Okay. So once you eliminate this wait list, does that not create any issues with security itself?
There's an easy into security because they can implement our software, which helps guide them on what they need to do next, and gives them the tools that they need to start using tools for security, no matter how technical they are. Okay. That's one of the things we thought about very thoroughly when we started the organization. What if you're a CEO or a founder of some sort that has no technical expertise? How do you get a kickstart in cybersecurity? It's going to cost you a lot of money. So we built software that makes it a very plug-and-play starting point for cybersecurity that you could then build upon.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Now, innovation is key. What can we expect from Resonance in the next 3 months? Because I'm certain the hackers keep coming up with new ways.
Yeah.
So as they keep coming up with new ways to penetrate our systems, what are you planning to deliver in the next 3 months to make sure that you remain ahead?
That is a really interesting question because, as I started my founder journey over 2 years ago, I felt that I was bored with my usual jobs because my past jobs were so repetitive.
Yes.
What we've built here at Resonance evolves with the times. As cybersecurity attacks evolve, our product evolves, and we have a team of engineers that are constantly researching attacks. So in terms of the tip of innovation, AI and vibe coding is a big topic of discussion.
Yeah.
And we've built AI into a variety of our tools in a thoughtful way where it's checking for false positives and doing actions to give our engineers more time back, but not taking away from the quality that you get with like manual audits and just that creative offensive security.
Aspect.
Yeah, because these engineers know how to look 10 levels into the box. AI can't do that, especially without the experience.
They can't predict the human nature.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And so what we do is we're building AI into our tools that currently exist. AI, and then we built an agentic AI feature into a browser extension that automatically scans websites and scans your emails to see if there's phishing attacks, and it highlights it for you, which might be a phishing attack. Okay. The other thing that we're looking at, quantum is something that's talked about a lot, quantum computing.
We're 2-3 years away, but still discussing it now.
What we've done is, in a very thoughtful manner, a practical quantum tool that gives you random security passcodes, which are essentially random words and letters in foreign languages with special characters, that is generated by a quantum computer that uses photonics, where it like bounces through a gel in a random manner to give a higher entropy. Entropy is randomization. So we've built that in where there's like a quantum random number generator for people to generate random passwords. And then we're one of the first cybersecurity companies, or anyone out there right now, that has built an MCP server to help Vibe coders and other coders building protocols. Our MCP server actually looks at implementing cybersecurity measures in real time into the code and checking the code that's being produced for vulnerabilities. So our MCP server is open source for all developers to use and start coding safer, because it helps Vibe coders, it helps other coding engineers that are doing it manually. And yeah, that's the highest innovation that most people haven't heard of, is the MCP server element of like how to build in a framework that helps people who are Vibe coding, who don't know how to do security engineering, guide them through that process so that it's easier for the security engineers once they get it. It shouldn't mean that you don't get an audit because you're using that. You should still get an audit, but it guides you towards that security mindset when building. And that's what we're hoping to build the community.
I enjoy listening to you because you talk about it with such passion.
Thank you so much.
And you're enjoying it, and you're looking for it. Exactly. So this is what sets him apart. He loves what he does. So Charles, thank you very much for the opportunity to sit with you.
Thank you.
Resonance should be checked out. Go online, do your research. Cybersecurity is something we all should be talking about more. Bring it to the forefront. So you know what to do. Share this video, like this video. We have kept your promise to you. We kept bringing you all the KOLs, CEOs, the founders, people who are changing the market and bringing us all forward in a safe and secure way, like Resonance. Live from Paris Blockchain Week 2025. See you soon.